Hey guys, this is Joe and Keaton, and today we're back with another Atomic Drop podcast. More wrestling talk, so let's just get straight into it.
Wait for it. Ding, ding, ding.
Alright, so this is going to be a pretty weird month for me to talk about wrestling because I've not really been following it too much. Like, I've pretty much been skipping Raw pretty much for the past 2 weeks, so I don't know about you or what you've been watching or what your general feeling of wrestling is in a minute, but
I've been kind of the same. So let's not talk. Okay, well, the thing that I think this episode comes out on the same day that Extreme Rules is
that's
happening, right?
We've got Extreme Rules tonight, so
yeah. So here's the thing. Something I've noticed about the WWE, especially recently, I guess, and it even extends kind of to NXT, is like they are very fond of treading water and stalling for time for the sake of like hitting certain, dates where things are happening. So in like main roster's case, it's the pay-per-views. In NXT's case, it's usually the takeovers, and usually everything in between starts to stretch a little too long. I feel.
Yeah, that's pretty much my feeling as well. But it's kind of different from how it used to be, though. But when I used to watch it, I mean, I'm watching wrestling for years and years now. But there was weeks where you look forward to it. You'd be like really excited to see what was going to happen on Raw. But it's just not had that for a long time. It kind of feels like, and it's a bit of a shame, I feel like, because I feel like the roster is there at the minute. I feel like they've got a really good roster.
Yeah.
But something is going wrong in like the writing department. And man, I don't want to turn this episode into like a whining fucking, like armchair booking podcast where I kind of just moan, because I don't really like to do it, but man, there's so much I could complain about, like.
I think what we're seeing right now is WWE literally going through growing pains. Because if you think about it, the main roster is changing dramatically really quickly,
Yeah.
A lot of the old timers are not there anymore, or if they are, they're used very sparingly. And we just had a whole insurgence of new NXT talent coming in. So I think it's really WWE is just trying to find ways to fit everything together, and they're sort of not getting it.
Yeah.
But let's steer it to a more positive vibe. I will say that I think that WWE is doing really well with the main event, they started to get really good with the main event in the fact that,
let's be honest, it's like the only part of the show that gets any kind of long-term booking, really. So
well, unless you count the Golden Truth, which had a great
I was going to bring that up. That's like literally the only other storyline that has actually had some build to it, and it like had a bit of a payoff last Monday.
Had a great payoff.
Yeah, so that's actually one storyline that's actually stood out to me, and it kind of feels like it's the only kind of mid-card storyline it's kind of hard.
I would argue that the Charlotte arc that's going on right now could be a very interesting sort of long-term thing that's been going on. I mean, she's sort of just been beating people with the help of her dad, but I do like the turn that it's going with. Like, Ric Flair is sort of becoming unhinged, question mark, and I feel like, considering just how crazy the stipulation is with her match at Extreme Rules, I think that, I'm assuming she's going to win. So
let's just clear it up. It's like Charlotte and Natalia, but Ric Flair's banned from ringside, right?
Right.
And I think if he comes down to the ring at any point in the match, Charlotte forfeits the title. So that is the Extreme Rules stipulation, which I've kind of not really been paying attention to because I kind of missed. I had Raw on in the background this past week and missed it the week before. But yeah, I will say that it's nice to see Natty in the title picture. But whilst this is all going on, I kind of just feel like it's kind of just like temporary, and they're just kind of using Natty to fill space between the big cards, That's how I feel about it.
I feel like they're trying to give her an opportunity, but Natty is dropping the ball big time, in my opinion. She's awkward as hell, man. Like, I can't get behind her because she's so weird. it's just like I think she does really well in the ring, you know, sometimes. I feel like the weird exchange between submissions between Charlotte and Natty are really weird to watch because I feel like neither of them want to sell the other's submission, but other time I feel like either that's her character or Natty is just sort of weird in general. Like, like I don't feel like I feel like okay, well I'm rooting for you because you're the good guy and I want to see the bad guy get their comeuppance, but it's just like, you know.
No, man, Natty's great. Like, I can't believe you don't like Natty. Like, what?
I don't.
She's
not
like,
like
she's like
her.
one of the,
just
she's
find
like
her
one of the
weird.
best workers there. Like, in terms of women, like.
Oh, sure, she's got talent, but her presentation is just. I'm just like,
Oh, I don't get that at all. No, I didn't see that. I kind of see that they're on like Raw and like SmackDown, and they have to work like 5 to 10 minute matches, and you know, a kind of a wrestler like Natty is kind of hard to put on a match in that.
No, I'm not even talking about her wrestling. I'm literally talking about her like promo work. Like, I just find her to be very awkward when she's not wrestling.
But I can't really think of many wrestlers who aren't awkward at the minute who really.
You got Becky Lynch, you got Sasha Banks, you got Paige. There's a lot of women who can present.
Wait, you think Paige is good at promos? Like, I think she's even worse than Natty.
She tries to have attitude, which she fails at doing. But I don't. Why are we even talking about this? I don't even really care about this. It's just no. It's just I don't. I'm not saying she's bad. Obviously, I think the reason that she's in the title picture is because she deserves to be there. She's paid her dues. She's been there a while. You know, she deserves it. But
it's nice to see.
It's just, you know, I'm just waiting for someone else to be there but I do feel like this is going to be a very interesting point for Charlotte because it'll either prove that she can win the big one without her dad backing her up, because I honestly feel like Ric Flair's presence in the women's title picture has sort of devalued it because he keeps cheating, you know.
Yeah.
And I like the concept behind this because it shows that it's going to prove that the women have to fight for themselves, you know. And there's no man to get involved, hopefully, you know. So that's what I'm focused on mostly.
I still see the feud as like a transitional feud until like SummerSlam comes around, where I don't know who it's going to be. They're going to put Sasha in the picture finally. Like, who knows? But I guess the key thing at the minute is there's like a lot of people kind of coming up at the moment. Like Dana Brooke is up there now.
Yeah.
You know, Vaudevillains have been doing well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like getting like a bit of spotlight, and it is in that transitional period where there's like a lot of NXT talent debuting and things like that. And I feel like I should be more excited than I am, though. That's the thing. Like, I'm just finding it really hard to like. It's because the weekly shows don't change anything. Like, I've missed the past 2 weeks and I've missed nothing really. Like, nothing of value.
Okay, like, it's because they're treading water. Like I was gonna say, like the main event picture, the way that they started to really push Roman Reigns, I really like the way that his character was going at the start. You know, like he was very dominating. You know, he really pushed his weight around. You know, versus AJ Styles. Like he really showed himself as the powerhouse character that he should be, instead of the snarky whatever the hell, you know, trying to be, I guess, like The Rock, as a lot of people say. But I've liked how he's been like a know-nothing, like straight up. I liked how he's been booked as a character who really defends family, you know, which is kind of awkward because when Bray Wyatt was, you know, threatening his child, he never got as mad as he got when he thought AJ Styles hit the Usos with a chair, you know. But I do like that they made that transition to where, you know, Roman Reigns really values something, you know, gives his character some depth there, and the whole gray area in general, that the way that the main event has been going, I think has been really good. But the problem, as you were saying, is because the WWE does not want to, you know, bite the bullet or pull the trigger too early. They're really padding out the story to the point where they're repeating themselves a lot. and nothing of value is really happening until the pay-per-view, and then we're gonna get the next part of the story, which has been frustrating. But
yeah.
again,
Well, the whole thing.
If you think about it though, I can't really blame the WWE because they have 5 hours a week to.
That's the problem.
But you can't.
And that's why you should blame them, because it's ridiculous. Like, Raw shouldn't be 3 hours. The only reason it's 3 hours is pretty much just for advertising purposes.
I think
it's
like
it was such a fucking chore, dude.
Wasn't
it's
it
such a what?
Like, wasn't it the USA that wanted Raw to go 3 hours? It's just
it's the only reason. It's like it's fucking, the ratings like drop like every week. Like, the third hour is just abysmal, and it's like, I can't actually blame them, because it's just a chore to get through. Like, watching it live and actually watching it with adverts, like, that's crazy. It's like runs for like 3 hours and 15 minutes, on a Monday night, and it's when the product is this shit, it's kind of hard to fucking like get through it, which is why for the first time in a while I've been missing it, because I just don't care. I'm going to tune into Extreme Rules probably with like half caring about it this Sunday, and I'm going to see the matches, like, everything else just doesn't matter. And the thing that annoys me as well is that they've now got Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows up there, and they've got a match with the Usos on Sunday. It's like a Texas Tornado match, which is like tornado tag, I guess. It's like, that's how I know it. Yep. And man, fuck me, have they like dropped the ball with Gallows and Anderson? I feel like
Did they?
Yeah, there's just no momentum there. Like,
I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people complaining about that, but if you think about it, they might be doing that on purpose. They might be purposely making Gallows and Anderson look weak.
Well, maybe.
In response, like, so the whole storyline right now is that, Gallows and Anderson are trying to reignite Bullet Club with AJ Styles as, I guess, the leader.
Yeah.
So maybe I feel like the story that they're playing right now, and the whole fact that they're just calling them the club, and there's really been no like branding or anything tied to that. I think that it's temporary. I think what we're waiting for is probably like Finn Balor to come up, and
I don't know. Like, I like the idea of that's what it
or something. I think there's going to be a major shift where Gallows and Anderson are going to become better talent after an event,
Well, at the moment, it's telegraphed that they're going to turn on AJ. That's the way I see it. I'll be disappointed if that happens, because I feel like it's so telegraphed at this point that it's like, if that does happen, it's just going to be like, oh yeah, saw that coming. I'd be more surprised if they don't turn on AJ. But at the same time, I'm really invested in like the club storyline and like Bullet Club and all that stuff. I really like them coming in. But it's not really worked on me, because I've not watched for 2 weeks. It's like, I just don't care, because it's the same shit. They've just been having matches with the Usos. I don't give a fuck about the Usos. I just don't care about them. Like, it's just hard for me to watch. Like, I just tune out. Like, I just can't do it. And man, like, did you see their debut match like against the Usos? I think their debut match was against the Usos, and it was just awful. Like, it was just hard to get into. It's just not doing it for me. It's not doing it for me. I like them. I like the guys, and I would like the story to go somewhere, and I hope it does. But I just feel like,
to be honest, from what I've seen of Bullet Club back in New Japan, Gallows and Anderson weren't the shining stars of Bullet Club anyway. If you want to get down to it, the real shining stars were Balor, Styles, the Elite, Omega, and the Young Bucks. Yeah. And like the thing is, like, Gallows and Anderson, to me at least, from what I saw, they were more muscle. They were more of maybe the B the B talent of that group.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that when pulled out of their element and not next to more of the elite talent, that they suffer anyway.
Well, that's my problem with it. Like, they came in, and I think they might have even lost that first match.
No, they won.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won.
I can't even remember, because I just remember coming away from it and like not being impressed. Like, I don't think they even set them up as being like these guys who can like dominate and like kick the shit out of anybody.
Well, they've been pretty high on commentary. Like, they've been really praising their Japan roots, so to speak.
Oh yeah, I know they brought that up and stuff. But it's like, I just don't, like, I remember the first impression I got was like, they don't even like really book these guys as strong. It kind of just how it came across when they was like fighting the Usos.
Well, if you think about it, storyline wise though, the Usos are like top tier. So
they fucking suck though. These like, I just can't get into them at all. And then they're like in the main event now with like, because of Roman, and that's fine. Like, I like them as people. I like the guys, but the tag team of the Usos just does nothing for me. Like, does nothing. Sure. I'm just unhappy with the whole thing, basically. But it's just hard to get into. And that's the worst thing. I'm glad you mentioned the commentary, because that is the absolute worst fucking thing about the product right now. It really
that's
is.
Usually why I watch the thing on mute, because I hate the commentary on Raw.
It's abysmal. It is literally the worst thing about it. I'm not even joking. It actually makes me not want to watch. It is that bad. JBL is the fucking worst. It is just so bad. Byron literally has nothing to it. Like, Cole is just doing the same old shit that is being told to say in his ear. Like, it's just I don't even know what word to use. It's just fucking awful.
I've argued that JBL has been terrible since he started, doing full-time commentary again. But people sang his praises back when he started. And I was like, no, man, this guy doesn't do it, man. He makes it worse.
He does. He makes it worse. I like JBL again. I don't want to make it sound like it's anything personal, but it's just frustrating to watch because it's just fucking shit. And what annoys me the most is that you've got Mauro Ranallo on the SmackDown side. Like, they brought in Mauro, who's an amazing commentator, like one of the best, and like he's on SmackDown, which is fine. That's what you brought him in to do. But why the fuck would you bring in somebody of that caliber and just have him on SmackDown when you've got like this new era, which you keep throwing around, like the new era. Mauro has been calling the new era in New Japan for fucking years. Like, why can't you just bring him on Raw? He's covered these guys like so many times, like old guys who are like coming in now, like Gallows and Anderson, AJ. He's like commentated all their matches, like Nakamura, like other people coming up. It's just insane that like they've got somebody like that who can sell. He does an amazing job. Like, I don't know if you saw like the Ryback versus like what's his name? Oh my god, I'm blanking. Lucha Dragons guy.
Kalisto.
Kalisto, of course. Like, I don't know if you saw like Morrow call that like no,
I listened to pretty much everything on mute.
Yeah, well, you should have listened to that because he actually made the match like important and like really good. Like, and that was just a fucking pre-show match. And I can't say anymore. The commentary's fucking awful.
I guess the question isn't the SmackDown dude, the dude you're talking about, isn't he like he's not a full-time commentator, isn't he like doing it just as like commentators work for SmackDown?
Well, no. Is it Raw every week?
Oh.
He goes to the pay-per-views. He's like backstage. They don't use him. They might use, like, I've seen him use him like as an interviewer in backstage, like once on Raw, like a couple of weeks ago. Like, that's not even what he does, but he did it. Like, it's just insane to me, man. It's literally the fucking dumbest shit. I just can't stand JBL's commentary anymore. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just so bad. It like, and I'm really, I know it sounds like I'm one of those people who just fucking bitches about everything, but I really don't. I've put up with this commentary for so long now, and I've not really complained about it. It's just like, oh, this commentary is shit, whatever. But man, it's just got to be said. It's actually making me not want to watch. Like, that's how bad it is.
I would argue that JBL is a huge reason the Ascension got total crap poured on them, because immediately when they first debuted, I remember he was just burying the hell out of them every which way that he could. Like, everything. Yep. Like, he's the bad guy commentator. He's supposed to be talking these guys up, but instead all he did was insult them the entire time. And
yeah, that's all he does. Like, it's so all over the place. Like, some weeks he'll be be praising the big faces, like Roman and stuff. Whether you love him or hate him, Maggle, you've got to respect him. Like, what the fuck you on about, dude? You should be shitting on this guy, but you can't shit on him because the crowd, like, Roman will come out to like a chorus of boos and it'll be like, listen to that ovation, Maggle. Like, what? He's being booed, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
man?
let's take an interesting turn on this topic, because this is an interesting thing that I don't understand about wrestling fans. So I don't know. Maybe you can shed some light on it. So a lot of people don't like Roman Reigns, apparently, according to the internet, right? So they question why Roman Reigns is where he is. Don't you think it's weird that people who apparently hate Roman Reigns will still boo him? Because I feel like if you've watched the WWE product, the best way to show that you do not like a wrestler is to not say anything at all. And if you want a perfect example of that, Damien Sandow. Yeah. Because a lot of people were surprised that he got let go. I'm like, man, I love this dude. I love everything he's done. But there was no way he was surviving, because every single time Damien Sandow has asked the WWE universe to please back him up, outside of when he's, stuck in some kind of weird heel thing, the fans have never responded. Like, people praise him for being Mizdow. People cheered.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that's true.
Well, here's the thing.
It's not been on TV for a while.
No, here's the thing. People cheered for Sandow because it was in spite of the Miz. When Sandow finally beat the Miz and became Sandow again, he came out and he addressed the universe, and the reception was just sort of lukewarm. Like, he didn't connect with the fans, I feel, like he did in other respects, because he was teamed with other talent that helped elevate him, mostly out of spite, like with Cody Rhodes, with the Miz, and all these other people. Sadly,
I don't really agree with that.
I don't think the audience reception was the same. And like, they could have, if people, I feel like if people really wanted to support Sandow, they should have showed it. But
I don't really think that was like his fault though. Like, I think fans like cheered him every time he was on screen. But the fact is, it was only on screen like 2 or 3 times, like since that angle.
Sure,
like,
but you never heard like a Sandow chant just break out, kind of like a Zack Ryder chant or a Daniel Bryan yes chant. You never saw anyone make a Cesaro section for Sandow.
There was actually a Sandow day.
Okay. One day. The Cesaro section, I think, went out for a few weeks.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Cesaro was getting put on TV every week. Like, Sandow wasn't even being booked. You can't blame Sandow for that. Like,
I feel like the reason Cesaro section showed up was because he was on TV maybe once or twice, and then he was being regularly booked
when he wasn't injured. The only reason he wasn't on after that was because he was out injured. But like, I think the Cesaro section was just because he just wasn't being booked right.
The bottom line is, I don't feel like there was any crowd presence for Sandow. Like,
well, they couldn't have been, because he was never on TV for it to be a crowd.
Sure,
that's the thing. Like, it was never used.
But I never saw I don't see any like internet discussions. The only time I ever saw any sort of discussion about
Sandow. Everybody loves Sandow. Everybody.
Sure.
There's so much of like praise for him, and like the old angle. He was actually over in that angle. And WWE fucked up by not using that momentum to kind of like bring him out every week. That's what happened. Like, I didn't blame Sandow for any of that. I don't blame the fans either, because the fans did the job. When he was on screen, they cheered. If you go and watch any like actual like TV where he was actually on Raw, they actually cheered him when he was on Raw. But he was just very rarely on it. That's the problem.
Yeah. I just hope like Sandow goes to, like, I don't know, New Japan, finds some kind of calling, and then can come back, with more merit, so that the WWE will, give him something to work with.
Sandow's the ultimate example of WWE dropping the ball, in my opinion. They just fucked up. I can't see it any other way. It's just crazy to me that they had all that momentum from him and just didn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
Do we just don't like it when wrestlers get over when it's not on their terms?
Yeah.
That's all I take from it. It was like the same for Zack Ryder. Like, he's been working over 10 years now.
Then getting back, I'm trying to get back to the whole thing though. Again, I don't understand though that why I don't know. I think that at this point people argue that Roman Reigns, shouldn't be where he is, but the boos say otherwise. Because either people love to boo him, which means that he's still getting the reaction, or people cheer.
That's all it is.
So
it's like Cena, people just love to boo him.
That's the thing. So I don't know if wrestling fans, I don't understand it. If you don't like the guy, why bother showing the WWE a reaction?
Yeah, like the Shining Stars this past Monday on Raw.
Dude, I love their movesets, man. They had some really good stuff. I don't know.
It was, but the crowd was dead as fuck. No one cared.
I don't. People want new, but they never give it a chance, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually liked the brief little jobber match. It was good. But man, we need to. We've been ranting for like 25 minutes. We might as well talk about the rest of the card that's happening. So they've got the Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose Asylum match.
Yeah, I'm sour on that match just because of the way it went. Because Big Cass was supposed to have a main event match, but then they used that just to further this storyline. So I'm like,
yeah,
you guys suck. I wanted that match so bad.
I know. Yeah.
What a tease.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. I kind of miss Raw. But isn't it going to be like a bunch of weapons just hanging on a cage? Is that what it is? Is that?
Yeah. Mitch the Plant 2, I guess, is up there too. So.
God, wow.
Can't wait for that plant plot spot, man. It's gonna be great. There better be a plant pot spot. Jesus.
IC title match: Miz, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn in a fatal four-way. That might be good.
It should be good. Got a lot of talent there.
Kevin Owens on commentary is literally what saves commentary these days. I'm just saying it.
Yeah, it does get a little awkward though when Kevin Owens will throw something out there for the commentary to respond to, and they don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then it just sounds like, I don't know, Owens is being a one-way bully, or it's just like, okay, this is getting a little weird.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's just New Day versus Vaudevillains.
I'm excited. Right. I'm really surprised that they've been able to really sort of make Vaudevillains a threat. I feel like they're sort of gaining momentum, and that's more than I can say about anything, because I felt like out of everyone, they would have fallen flat on the main roster, but somehow they've made them a pretty credible and interesting danger to the New Day. So,
Kalisto versus Rusev for the US title.
Speaking of making threats, holy moly! Did you see? I don't even know if you could just see an image, a screen cap from that, but there was a pretty crazy accolade put on Kalisto this past Raw. It was
no, I didn't. I missed it.
It was devastating, man. Just go look up go to WWE.com and look at the show stills or whatever.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's crazy. It's a crazy.
Bend his back all the way back.
Yeah, man, he was like almost 90-degree angle.
Damn.
If that. It was crazy. Oh.
No DQ match on Extreme Rules kickoff show is Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin.
The Lone Wolf. I thought their program was over, but I guess not.
Yeah, I guess not. And then obviously we've kind of touched on it a little bit. Title match with AJ and Roman. AJ is not going to win. I can't see it. If he does, I'll be surprised. But
yeah, for me, it's the journey, not the destination, man. As long as they make whatever happens great, I don't care. I don't care what the outcome is.
Should be a good match, I hope.
Yeah,
because I've actually been liking some of the stuff they've been doing in the main event recently. But
yeah.
From what I've seen, but yeah, I'm down. But yeah, that's Extreme Rules, and man, that's pretty much all I've got for this month.
Well, let me make it a little more positive in the end. So, I don't know how many episodes ago I was talking a little bit about my nervousness about Lucha Underground. I can say that I'm happy that some of my fears and concerns have been alleviated a bit. Characters like King Cuerno and Prince Puma are still relevant in season 2,
right?
But it still does make me nervous because I do think that maybe Lucha Underground is growing a little too fast. But that is always, I guess, sort of the question of things that blow up so quickly. Yeah. New Japan has been putting out some pretty great stuff.
Yep.
The wrestling Dontaku, I don't even remember what it's called. It was a pretty great pay-per-view. Had to go to sleep halfway through though because it happened so late.
Yeah, it was due, man, in my time as well. Like so early in the morning for you. But I'm looking forward to the Cruiserweight tournament. It's not going to happen yet, but
apparently
it's happening
Ibushi
soon.
wants in, so
Yeah,
great to see.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, more teasing.
Yeah.
I just want to see Ibushi in the WWE ring. Make it happen.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Sooner the better.
So down for that, man. But yeah, I'm excited for that, obviously. Excited for NXT. I'm excited for TakeOver.
Dude, the first ever cage match is going to be on NXT TakeOver.
That's what I'm excited for. I'm glad it's a cage match because, I'm kind of getting a bit about this feud. It's been going on for a long time now, but the cage match kind of piqued my interest in it. So excited for that. And yeah, there it is. Hopefully next month we can be a little bit more positive.
One more positive thing that I can say. Really enjoyed the female main event on NXT this past Wednesday. Really good stuff. I thought that the character development for Nia Jax, at least the fact that the storytelling within the match, where she literally seemed to learn from her last match, where she focused heavily on Bayley's arms the entire match. Really great stuff. Hope they can keep it up because I think that Nia Jax has not only improved, but if they can continue to book her and everyone else in the women's division, looks looking pretty good. Although Asuka's become sort of like the Brock Lesnar of the female division there, so it's gonna be interesting the way that they handle that. So
yeah,
guess we'll see.
Definitely. All right,
up and up, man. Started at the bottom, but we're better. So
yeah, hopefully Extreme Rules is good. Hopefully we've got a lot more to talk about next month in a more positive light. But until then, thanks for listening. Let us know what you think about the shit we've talked about or anything else we've not really brought up but you kind of want to mention. Just let us know, man. We'll happily talk about it in the comments, man. We'd love to talk about wrestling. So yeah, let's get some discussion in the comments going. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Ding, ding, ding. There you go.
There it is.